Good, happy Tuesday morning, April 13, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Tuesday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday morning, so let's begin. Let's take a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire right now. And here is a check of those COVID-19 numbers for all of you in New Hampshire. There are 89,229 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. There are 1,257 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And there are 118 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And that is a look at the COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. Three fully vaccinated Granite staters contract COVID-19 as community spread continues. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Tractor has been in our family since 1955, when great-grandfather Pearlie and our grandfather George decided to sell tractors.
Though 22% of Granite staters are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19, daily cases and hospitalizations continue to tick upwards.
Really, it's not any one thing that's contributing to the rise in cases, or at least the continued spread of COVID-19 in our communities. It's really just a combination of people still being in that close contact with one another and not being vaccinated yet.
Dr. Beth Daly says while concerned about the trend, there are fewer cases among older groups that have received their shots.
And so we really need this vaccine and the immunity to infiltrate across all of our age groups in order to keep the case counts low.
Tonight, health officials are confirming 3 cases of the virus among people fully vaccinated, meaning at least 2 weeks after their second shot. Dr. Daly expects there will be more of what are being called breakthrough infections.
We do collect information on the vaccine they got. It's not necessarily a matter of failure of the vaccine per se, though. Again, these vaccines aren't 100% effective.
The CDC says the risk can't be completely eliminated while there's still community transmission, even as vaccines are curbing the rate of spread.
They're very effective at preventing COVID-19, and so we have seen reductions in transmission among those who are highly vaccinated. But we're going to continue to see COVID-19, unfortunately, even when we get really good vaccination coverage across the state.
The state was doing contact tracing for every infection when the numbers dropped last month, but officials have had to prioritize again due to the daily numbers, increasing to about 450 cases a day. Reporting live, Mike Cronin, WMUR News
9. Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Rising cases of COVID-19 among children raises concerns for schools reopening. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Summit Packaging Systems is hiring for all shifts. Summit knows stability, security, and growth are extremely valuable. You'll develop skills to succeed and earn steady income and benefits. Apply online at summitpackagingsystems.com/careers today.
SAU 9 in Conway and SAU 17 in Kingston have offered in-person learning 5 days a week for several months. Now they're getting ready to welcome more students back in the coming weeks. But as preparations happen, both districts say they've noticed a jump in COVID-19 cases in their schools, and that's causing concern.
Highest numbers that we've had all year long.
SAU 9 Superintendent Kevin Richard had to move Kennett High School remote last week. He was hoping for a return to class today, but had to extend remote learning through this week after more cases were reported.
Pretty concerning numbers at the high school. We had 14 cases up at the high school.
SAU 17 currently has 11 cases with 62 people in quarantine.
We are seeing an uptick in cases, but it is not due to school-wide transmission. It is solely due to students catching it from one another or family or friends outside of school.
Superintendent Thomas Ambrose says everyone needs to work together to keep numbers down.
Can't stress enough that this is a team effort, a collaboration between the school and the community. And I would just say, everybody, please just hang in there a little bit longer, masks up, hands sanitized.
And right now, cases in children ages 10 to 19 are hovering right around 76. That's up from 63 last week. State health officials say transmission in that age group is being driven by social contact, things like sports, birthday parties, and sleepovers. Reporting live, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Today in Merrimack, political attention turns to New Hampshire House special election in the town of Merrimack. Take a look at this article. And if you want to read this article again, we will share it with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page after this broadcast. Hoax device detonated near Manchester Central High School. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The bomb technicians use a device to disrupt the suspicious item. This device made a loud bang, which individuals in the area may have heard. After the item was disrupted, it was determined to be a hoax device.
While the device turned out to not be dangerous, Manchester police say it didn't look that way when it was first found near Manchester Central High School's classical building on Beach Street.
A reasonable person would certainly draw the conclusion that it looked real.
Manchester police say school administrators called in the device and started evacuating the building. Students were not in school because it was a full remote day, but staff were inside.
It's just disheartening. I mean, if the school was in session, several hundred students that would have been in that building, that would have really complicated this situation even more.
Manchester's superintendent of schools says staff train for this kind of event.
Having these procedures in place where we're able to practice them and learn them and know what to do in an emergency makes things go very smoothly, as you saw today.
And Mayor Joyce Craig praised the work of police.
I am extremely grateful for the quick and prompt response of everyone involved, and I want to thank them.
Manchester police say an investigation is underway to determine who left the device. They are possibly facing a Class A felony of placement of a simulated explosive. In Manchester, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Many people choosing unemployment over having a job. Let's take a listen to that video from WPBF 25 News, Florida.
Pack up and pedal out with 2 liters of storage, minus the sweaty bag.
The folks here at Nina's Fresh Bakery in Jupiter have a question for you. Pretty much have a question for anybody and everybody. Do you know how to bake? Can you make cupcakes? Can you make cakes? They've been looking for 2 employees here for the last 6 months and have found exactly nobody. And they are not even close to the only ones with this problem.
We're going to do a little dollops here and there.
You wouldn't know it by looking in the kitchen, but Nina's Fresh Bakery is closed on Mondays. But Nina Tomasic is still here, still working, still filling all the orders they have.
We are so grateful that we're busy and we can do so much more, but it's frustrating that we can't find anyone.
Can't find anyone to work here. Nina's posted the openings everywhere and has barely gotten a nibble. And she's not alone.
They're having a very difficult time getting employees or getting candidates to come in and work.
Nicole Anderson is the CEO of Mend HR Solutions. In the past, her problem has been finding jobs for those looking for work. Now, she can't find people for companies looking to hire.
They say, Nicole, I need you to find these people. And I'm like, we're trying to find these people, but this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're up against.
This is the fact that right now, getting a job often means making less money than collecting state and federal unemployment.
It's very challenging to tell somebody to come into the workplace for $13 an hour when they're making $16.40 to sit at home per hour. Like, it's just really difficult.
Nina Tomasic can tell you exactly how difficult it is and how frustrating.
We definitely want to keep growing the business, but it's just only as much as we can do with our team.
And one more look now at the cakes here at Nina's Fresh Bakery, only because they just look really good. As for the future, Anderson tells me, hard to say. She doesn't think anything's going to change anytime in the near future. Doesn't think the job market's going to change anytime in the near future. In Jupiter, Ari Hyde, WPBF 25 News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and see you tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.